Hey guys, how's it going? Wanted to do another video. Today I've got some packages that came back and picked up a couple books, so I figured I would shoot a video and show you what we got. I'm going to start with the raw books, a couple raw books that I came up and picked up. And one of the things, if you watch one of my older videos, you know, I typically talk about that I bag and board everything in Gerbers and Mylights. One of the viewers actually sent me a message and was telling me that I should try, there's another kind of backing board, and it was Comic Pro line, because I like a nice stiff backing board. So I actually took his advice and picked up a couple to try out. This is the Comic Pro line backer boards, and this is the current size. This is a 6 3/4 by 10.5. And I was able to get it for about $16, $17, which is somewhat cheaper than I can get Gerber fullbacks right now. These are actually thicker, being that they're 56 point, you know, and I'm just going to show you the back and we'll talk about the book. So this is a nice backing board if you're looking for a thick protection and something other than a Gerber fullback. I'll tell you, I'm trying this out with a couple of these books. One thing, I don't have the Mylights that fit this. So when I use and bag and board my comics, I use standard size, which are 7 and 10.5. And so since these are 6 3/4, it does make a little difference when you're bagging and boarding. So I don't have the Mylights. I'm going to try and see. They do make a current Mylight, current size. So I'm going to try and see if I can get a hold of some of them to kind of try them both out with the new boards and some of the Mylights, because I think that'll be a nice combination. But I am using some polypropylene BCW boards or bags that I had to try these out, and I will tell you that so far, just the boards alone, this is a really nice solution if you're looking for thick protection. This is pretty sturdy. So let's go through, and I'll give you more of an update once I hopefully have a little more time to try it out and see how everything goes. But let's talk about some of the books. So the first one I picked up was Witches, and this is the Midtown Comics variant. And Witches has picked up right now because Scott Snyder tweeted that he had just finished, I guess, his summary of what he's going to do for a hopefully a television series or movie based on the comics. So this one has been heating up a little bit. This one I picked up for approximately $25, and I think that's kind of the going rate right now, depending on the variant. Some of them may be more expensive, and I think you may be able to snag a deal with some of them between 15 and 20 if you're able to find that. But you know, if you're looking to spec on a potential one that maybe will do something with the Snyderverse later on, this is one of those that you may want to try and see if you can grab. The next one I was able to get is Hulk Raging Thunder, and this is a one-shot series. And this particular book is not a near mint copy. This one, I was only able to secure a very good copy, but I still wanted to grab one. So this is the first appearance of, is it Lyra or Lyra, basically in this, which is Hulk's daughter with, I think it's Thundra on this one. So this particular one, because it's a lower grade, ran me about $3. I would say a near mint copy is probably somewhere between 10 to 15 if you can get one. It's kind of been a little bit difficult too, but a really nice looking cover, and definitely one that you may want to pick up, you know, and see if there's anything that turns out. I don't know that there's any spec real behind it right now, but nonetheless, I think it's a good series. And so the next book is Age of Ultron. This is 10 AI, which is a little different than 10. Age of Ultron 10 is the first, I believe it's the cameo appearance of Angela in the Marvel Comics. Spawn number 9 is her first actual comic book appearance. and this is 10AI, so this comes after. This is not technically the 10, so it's not the cameo, but still a nice looking cover. This particular one right now, it can be picked up for about $3 in a near mint copy, and it was definitely one that I wanted to get and have in the collection. There's nothing really particular about it other than I really just kind of liked this particular cover of book. So again, 10AI as opposed to 10. Next one was a spec that was on a couple of different channels. I think it was on the Tales from the Flip Side, talked about it in their pro spec, I believe, as well as Lords of the Long Box also had talked about it on their Hot 10. And this was Season Beatings, but they were talking about the Kang cover. This is the Deadpool variant cover, which is another really nice looking cover on this one. And so, you know, if you're going for the cover and you want the Kang one, then by all means. If you're looking for the book and you're looking to get a good deal on a variant cover, same book, then you're talking, you know, something like this, which will run you about $3 to $4 in a near mint condition, which is nice. Next one is a very popular book now, and this is the Asad Ribic variant of Thor. This is volume 4. This is number 2, the first full appearance of Jane Foster as Thor. And this book has really heated up. And I actually have and was able to secure 2 copies of this particular book. And this is the 1 in 25 variant. And this is a beautiful, beautiful looking one. And I'll show you guys again up close. I really like this particular cover. It's a lot easier to show you on the poly bags because they don't reflect as much. But this book right now is gotten pretty hot. It's going for about $40 to $50 if you can snag a copy on a 1 in 25. You know, it's a good spec. I don't even consider it a spec at this point because it's the first full appearance of Jane Foster as Thor, and we know that's going to happen with Thor: Love and Thunder. So, you know, if you don't want to go on the different cameo ones, and there are ones where we're talking about number 1 where she's on the cover of this one, and if you even go back to Thor: God of Thunder, I think it's 24 or 25. The last one is another cameo appearance. And so there's some debate as to, you know, is Thor number 1 her first appearance because she's on the cover and in some of the panels, but for whatever reason, number 2 is being recognized throughout as the first full appearance. So if you can get 1 and 2, get 1 and 2, but you know, if you're looking for a pretty good you know, price tag compared to some of the other ones right now, you know, you can get something like this for less than $50 on a 1 in 25. I would absolutely try and snag it if you can. And the last book that I'm going to show you, raw book, is another big spec book, and this is Spectacular Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, and this is number 1. This is the first appearance, I believe, of Teresa Parker, his sister, in another, I think they do it as another reality and all, but another book that has really heated up. There's no real telling if she's going to end up as a character or not, but it is a really nice looking cover. This one is in one of my Gerber My Lights and fullbacks, and that's why you can kind of see a little bit of the shininess, just to kind of give you a comparison, you know, when holding these two. I will tell you, and it may be just because of the size difference, that the Comic Pro line boards are pretty nice. They are definitely thicker. This is a 48 point, and the Comic Pro line's a 56, so it's definitely thicker. I also think that given that these are current and a little bit smaller, they're married to the comic a little closer, so it's a nice, real nice fit, especially with a current bag. I mean, this is a really tight looking fit, whereas a current comic in a standard, you can kind of see a little bit of the white around on the border, and it just depends on preference and all. My concern for everything is I like to keep it nice and tight, and I like to keep it protected when either getting sent for grading or just keeping it in one of my short boxes. So I got 2 packages. This one, I'm not really sure what I purchased, so we're gonna have to see. And the other one is definitely a CGC one. It's only a one book slab, but I know the book, and it's a really good book I've been waiting to get back. It actually got graded fairly quickly. So this one is another slab, and I can't remember what it is that I bought. So we are going to open this together and see. I am going to be doing a CBCS submission this week, so I'm going to try and put together a video just to kind of show you. I think I'm going to send out approximately 3 or 4 books. I'm going to try their 2-day modern turnaround. I know right now with turnaround times, their standard is about 13 weeks, and their 2-day is actually a week, which is still not bad. It's approximately $40, so I'm going to send a couple over and see how long it takes and how it works out. I will tell you that today I just got notification that CGC finally opened a box that I sent 2 months ago, which is a 25 book pre-screen, and they just registered it in the system. So they received it, at least per tracking, April 7th. It is now June 7th, and it just went in the system today, which means hopefully a couple more submissions I had sent will eventually make the system, but you're looking at about a 2-month time just to get it registered, which is obscene, just obscene. So, okay, I do remember getting this one. This is a CBCS slab, but as you can see, this is Avengers number 28. This isn't a 3.5, so this is obviously a low grade. If you can see, it's I was more concerned about getting a copy of the book than the grade. This is the first appearance of the collector, so obviously we have seen seen his presence already in the MCU, and you know, a near mint copy of a book like this from 1966 is a little bit more pricey. So I was able to get this particular copy for about $50, already slabbed. I will tell you, this is the old CBCS case. So there's clips. I do not like this. I can tell you that this is going to get reholdered into one of their new cases when I send out my submission this week. So it's perfect timing to come in because the new cases are really nice. Like I said, the labels, just depending on whether you like them, you don't like them. I know people have left comments, and I always encourage you to talk amongst the community and yourselves as to what you think about it. Some like the label, some don't, different preferences. But I will tell you that the newer slab and label is definitely better than this one. This is a little bit more of a flimsy one compared. So I will be sending this for a reholder. I'm not going to try and press and clean this one at this point. I think it's just, I'm very satisfied right now with the grade of having the book. Just going to get it reholdered. So Avengers 28 from 1966 in a 3.5 cream to off-white for $50 already slabbed. And the last one is this. And what this is I sent a couple books, regular grading, back in April, and this came back already. This was a higher tier, given that this book was over $200, so I couldn't, even though it's a modern book, I couldn't submit it, and I believe it was the value tier that it had to be submitted instead of the modern tier. And that's specifically because the book was over $200 in value. And it's only one book, I know what it is. I do not know the grade though. So we are going to, I want to make sure I get the back. That's the back, great. Find out what the grade is together. So, let's put this, we've got Amazing Spider-Man 300, the first appearance of Venom. I don't have to probably tell you if you're watching the channel that this is a very hot book. Needless to say, this is also a newsstand copy of that book. I was able to snag this at my local comic shop. I paid approximately $300 for the book. You know, at that time it was starting to blow up, but had not gone to the extent that it is now. A 9.8 of this book now, I think, is somewhere between $7,000 and $8,000. This was not a 9.8 copy, I can tell you for sure. In fact, I believe this was probably a fine to very fine copy, somewhere between an 8.5 and on a great day 9.2. So, you know, we're going to see where it comes out. I did have this pressed and cleaned before it was submitted. I did submit this after, so I am hoping for something good, and let us see what we've got. 9.0, great. I will take that. No complaints here. Really nice copy. Obviously, CGC notes origin and first full appearance of Venom and Brock. This is also a contested issue as to whether 299 is the first one. I think Todd McFarlane thinks and says it is, and he is the artist behind this. But you know, regardless, the community has backed ASM 300 as the first full appearance of Venom. So I'm really happy to have this one in my collection, especially in a newsstand. I believe this book is going for approximately anywhere between $1,000 and $1,300, depending on where it's being sold and auctioned at this point. And only going up so far, which is amazing, especially for a 9.0. You probably could have got this about a year ago in a 9.0 for maybe I'm guessing somewhere between $100 to $150. Now where it's at is just incredible. Nice, you know, nice looking copy. I think it presents well. It's obviously not near mint. 9.4 and higher would be considered near mint. So it is white pages, which is also a plus if you're a page quality person. The slab looks good. The book definitely looks good. It does have a number of spine ticks on it. No big deal. I can't tell if this is scuffing on the back of the case, or I don't remember if this is more of some of the comic. I don't think you're going to be able to see that with the black and the reflection, but nonetheless, super happy to have this. So, you know, a good one for sure as ASM 300. So, that's the video today. I will hopefully have another one with some CBCS submissions that I'm going to put together for you. I did get a bunch more books. I even got a couple more slabs. I just haven't really gotten around to making a video on those. So maybe I will do that in the future. And I do definitely want to put a video together regarding the CGC registry. I did start using that. I think it's very interesting. There's not a lot of videos, if any, that I can recall seeing on it, so I thought it's something I might put together. And it's just to show some people what it's all about. But until then, have a good night. Please do all the YouTube things, comment, subscribe, leave a thumbs up if you liked it. If you don't, you can leave a thumbs down as well. And I will hopefully see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Take care.